Due to its freezing cold temperatures and difficult terrain, there's not much that we know of Antarctica, the fifth largest continent on this planet. With an average mainland temperature of about -57 degrees and being mostly covered with ice, the continent can't sustain human life. But with technology improving every single day, scientists have made some shocking discoveries in the past few years about this great white continent. Let's start with the most recent one: life under the ice. With Earth's temperatures rising every single day, climate scientists are working tirelessly to see its devastating impact. A team of researchers from Victoria University in Wellington looked towards Antarctica to better understand climate change and its progress on the ice shelf. They believed that there was an estuary beneath the edges of the Ross Ice Shelf. That's the largest ice shelf in Antarctica. It's basically a giant block of ice floating on water. Scientists have long suspected the existence of rivers and lakes underneath the ice in Antarctica. Through satellite imagery, their suspicions were confirmed. When the research team drilled through the ice shelf and reached the water underneath it, their camera captured something astounding. What the researchers expected to find was just water under the ice. What they found were tiny living things swimming around in the water. These were amphipods, around 5 millimeters in length. They resemble shrimp and belong with the same family of lobsters, crabs, and mites. Making such a discovery changed everything for them. It meant that life was possible under such freezing temperatures, and that thousands of different ecosystems were waiting to be discovered further. The video footage of this discovery is up on YouTube. Seeing those tiny creatures dart from place to place will be our first look at a hidden corner of this big blue Earth. Through this project, scientists also made another key discovery. Upon close inspection, the team stated that there were 4 to 5 different layers of water, all flowing into different directions. These layers are basically separated by carrying different temperatures and density because of the salt content. The water below the ice surface is probably a result of temperature changes elsewhere in the world, which says a lot about how interconnected our entire world is. This goes to show just how little we're aware of life under the ice of the world's largest habitable continent. Then we have more sea life. We've all heard the terrifying fact about how only 5% of the Earth's oceans have been researched and explored. This mystery has inspired many legends of giant squids and whatnot lying in the darkest depths of the ocean. But have you ever wondered about the creatures that lurk under the ice? How hardcore must they be to survive and thrive in those deadly temperatures? Well, thanks to modern-day science, we now know more about the underwater life in Antarctica. Recently, a research team from Germany used a hot water drill to drill 2 holes in the Ekstrom ice shelf. These holes were about 200 meters deep. They revealed a thriving population of different creatures, about 77 different species of them. These included creatures like moss animals and worms. To find such a diverse range of animals in the most remote and unreachable part of the planet is remarkable. This also means that the water below these ice shelves is so rich in nutrients that it can support life. It's impenetrable from sunlight, and let's remind ourselves how friggin' cold it is. Yet life is thriving under those ice shelves. Scientists have hypothesized that algae carried from ocean currents has helped fuel such biodiversity here. However, as climate change looms above us and the Earth's future hangs in the balance, scientists are concerned that their newfound worlds are in danger. They're looking towards preserving these life forms and saving their ecosystems as ice shelves continue to melt away. Now let's see how Antarctica can help us know more about Mars. With the amount of ice present in Antarctica, it's safe to assume that this vast continent is basically a time capsule. How might you ask? Well, this ice was built up layer after layer for centuries. That means the deeper the ice is, the colder it is. So if you excavate ice from the deepest point, you'd basically be looking at a piece of history, preserved through time. Well, that's what Italian researcher Bacciolo and his team intended to do when they excavated a 1,620-meter long piece of Antarctic ice. Bacciolo was searching for mineral deposits in the ice core that would help them chart different ice age cycles. What they found instead were dust particles. Upon closer inspection, the dust particles turned out to be a mineral called jarosite. Jarosite is a mineral famous for being found on the planet planet Mars by the Mars rover. This mineral requires water, iron, and acidic conditions, which is why researchers were shocked to find it on Mars, as those things can't be found on that red planet. How is so much of it present over there then? With this new discovery of jarosite in Antarctica, a lot can be explained about Mars. Scientists now think that Mars had glaciers similar to the ones in Antarctica, which helped create the way Mars is made. Glaciers like these helped carve the valleys on Mars and other topographical features. All of this was deduced from finding yellow-brown dust particles in the ice in Antarctica. How did Bacciolo and his team confirm that what they had found was indeed jarosite? Well, they observed it under a very strong electromagnetic microscope, and they saw how it absorbed X-rays. According to Bacciolo, the discovery of jarosite on Antarctica also shows how ice on Mars changed the very chemical formation of the planet. Jarosite, along with other minerals present in the deep icy layers, acted as labs where the production of other minerals was possible. This isn't the first time Antarctica has been compared to the red dusty planet, as many other similarities exist. Then we have forests trapped under layers of ice. As we mentioned before, the Antarctic ice acts as a time capsule, carefully preserving mementos of the past. Well, now that past dates back 56 million years, as researchers have found one of the earliest forests to exist, dating back to the Ice Age. To study these forests, a team of researchers from the University of Melbourne made the journey to Seymour Islands in the Weddell Sea. From there, they were airlifted to their camp, and from there, they used quad bikes to navigate through the ice. From their 2-month research, they discovered perfectly fossilized forests dating back to the Paleocene epoch. The Paleocene epoch came right after the dinosaurs went extinct about 60 million years ago. The discovery of these forests showed that there was a rich diversity amongst plant life, much more diverse than we previously thought. An especially large variety of floral life was also discovered. Scientists couldn't compare these plants to any modern-day examples, but they think it's most similar to the plant life in southern Patagonia forests in South America. This also proved that the climate in Antarctica was quite warmer than it is now. It was almost similar to the climate of modern-day Italy. Moving on to a lake below the ice. We are sure by now you're not as shocked to hear that below the Antarctic ice, there's not more ice, but entire rivers and lakes and other bodies of water. Water flows into these pockets from different parts of the world, carefully preserved amid the layers of ice. Thanks to satellite imagery, scientists can now spot these pockets from above and then launch projects to inspect them further. A team from the University of Texas has discovered an entire lake beneath the largest sheet of ice in East Antarctica. It's named Lake Snow Eagle, after the aircraft that was used in its discovery. The lake is actually quite big and is about 30 miles in length and 650 feet deep. Don't you just get goosebumps thinking about what might be lurking in those waters? So why are researchers getting super excited about Lake Snow Eagle? Well, they're more excited to recover samples from the sediment at the base of the lake. By studying these samples carefully, researchers hope that they can find out the exact time when the lake froze during the deep freeze moment. Not only that, they also hope to better understand how climate change would impact the sheet of ice above it. Finally, we have giant holes. Antarctica is full of mysteries that perhaps will never be explained. For scientists, holes that appear randomly on the surface of the ice in Antarctica have remained a mystery for so long. These types of holes are called polynya and have appeared in different parts of the large continent. The biggest one was detected in 2017, which was as big as Kansas, and it kept getting bigger. These holes normally appear in winter. Recently, a study conducted by New York University showed that these holes appear because of cyclones. Normal winds carry the sheet of ice in one direction, while the cyclone winds pull the ice in the other direction, thus causing a gaping hole to appear. That's a wrap for this video. Which of these discoveries did you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.